The debate that seems to be missing from this is, and this was actually mentioned by the ambassador, was what possible motive might have triggered Syria to launch a chemical attack at this time in this place. The Syrians are winning. Don't take my word for it. Take the American military's word for it. General Virgil, the head of CENTCOM, he said to Congress the other day, Assad has won this war, and we need to face that. So, and then you got last week the statement by Trump, or the tweet by Trump, that America had finished with ISIL and we were going to pull out soon, very soon. And then suddenly you get...
Okay, I'm very sorry. You've been very patient waiting for us, but we do need to leave it there. I'm very sorry. Thank you very much indeed. More to come on Sky News. Do stay tuned.
This is Dan Dix here, reporting for Press for Truth. Remember problem, reaction, solution? A mind manipulation technique whereby you create a problem in order to generate a desired reaction so that you can offer your own solution? Well, it looks like the powers that ought not to be have upped their game to no problem, reaction, solution. Because all that is necessary now is for the mere perception of a problem in order to generate a reaction so that they can offer their solution. Case in point is the alleged chemical attack that's been launched in Syria and blamed on the Assad regime in an effort to invade that nation under the guise of a humanitarian mission. This just out today. Russia has irrefutable evidence UK staged Syrian chemical attack. As the blame game over the alleged chemical attack in Syria escalates ahead of what is expected to be an imminent, if contained, airstrike campaign by the US, UK, and/or France against Syria, on Friday morning, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow had irrefutable evidence that the attack, which allegedly killed more than 40 people in an April 7th chemical weapons strike on the former rebel outpost of Doma, was staged with the help of a foreign secret service. We have irrefutable evidence that this was another staged event, and that the secret services of a certain state that is now at the forefront of a Russia-phobic campaign was involved in this staged event, he said during a press conference, according to the AFP. So who is this certain state that's at the forefront of a Russia-phobic campaign? Russia says Britain helped fake Syria chemical attack. We have evidence that proves Britain was directly involved in organizing this provocation, Defense Minister spokesman Igor Konashenkov said. Konashenkov said that Russia knew for sure that between April 3rd and 6th, the White Helmets, a group which helped civilians in opposition-held territory in Syria, were under severe pressure, specifically from London, to produce as quickly as possible this pre-planned provocation. So first, they poisoned a double agent and his daughter in an attempt to blame Russia. Or did they? Ex-Russian spy Sergei Skripal is no longer in critical condition, and doctors say he's responding well to treatment. His daughter Yulia made her first public comments on Thursday, saying she was getting stronger by the day. And now, they've allegedly orchestrated a chemical attack to be blamed on Syria in yet another blatant false flag attack that's designed to infuriate the world into going along with military intervention under the guise of a humanitarian mission. But why on earth would they want to do that, you might be asking? Oh, I don't know. Could it be that Assad was winning the war, as this former commander of the British Armed Forces in Iraq tried to explain before getting abruptly cut off from the newsfeed? Or perhaps it's because Syria's central bank is state-owned. Syria has accumulated no IMF debt. Syria has banned GMO seeds. Syria has oil and gas reserves. And Syria dropped the US dollar. And may I remind you what happens to those leaders who drop the US dollar? Doesn't anyone realize that far more children are going to die at the hands of an invasion led by the UK, the US, and their allies? Doesn't anyone realize the hypocrisy in that the US has launched chemical warfare more than any other country, namely the Agent Orange attack that was sprayed on innocent Vietnamese during the Vietnam War, the effects of which are still being felt to this day? And doesn't anyone realize that a non-interventionist foreign policy is the only way to move forward socially, economically, and for God's sakes, morally? So it's time we say enough is enough. It's time we stop feeding the military-industrial complex through our taxes to launch unjust wars in nations that we have no business being in. It's time we no longer comply with the puppet string pullers who have manipulated us with their new modus operandi of no problem reaction solution. And it's time we realize that in this pyramidal structure of power, it is all of us that make up the base, and therefore we truly have all the power. That's why today I'm proposing you get involved with my campaign #INoLongerComply, and let's move on 2 direct actions we can take right now to stop the madness right away. I propose that on Monday, April 16th, you take your money out of the bank. Remove all funds entirely. And I know it seems scary to not have it in a vault of some sort, but guess what? It's not. It's just numbers on a screen, and they're going to disappear quickly. So don't get left behind as we create a good old-fashioned run on the banks. And whatever you do at the end of this month, do not file your taxes. Stop giving another penny to these manipulative thugs, and don't fear them coming after you, because they can't come after all of us when we do this on a global level. Share this call to action now. Lives are literally at stake. We need to stop sitting idly by here as they continue to topple one nation after another. We truly have all the power, my friends, and it's time we take it back. Once again, share this video with the hashtag #INoLongerComply, and let's make it a trend to destroy the banks and the military-industrial complex before they completely destroy the world. I'll be at the bank on Monday, my friends, and I hope you'll join me. And be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube if you haven't already to stay up to date with my hashtag #INoLongerComply campaign. And together, let's turn this situation around and smash that pyramid one brick at a time. Thanks for watching, guys. Please check the links in the description below for all the sources to this video, and also for how you can support our efforts by donating or by becoming a PFT member or a PFT patron. Stay tuned, we've got more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.